those British officials who were killed was the governor by then. The governor was called what?
Gold Coast.
Good. So, this particular person, who was the governor of Gold Coast, the British official who was killed together with the 5 British officials, was called who? Yes. I made mention of the name. Good. Sir John Hope Hennessy. And the other Charles Hill. Forget it. Captain Charles Hill. We can talk about Dr. William Charles Hennessy. Dr. William Harrison, rather. And then we have Mr. Williams Henry Hansen. We can also get Henry Charles. Henry Charles. Get all these people were the 5 British officials who were killed. Had it not been what we are feeling, we would have drawn closer to see for ourselves the names of these British officials. But at least that is what I've made mention.
Yeah.
So you can get something like that.
Yeah.
Are you getting it? Good. On that score, I'll pause for now and ask you to ask a question based on the submission that has been because they had wanted to retaliate and then give a revenge of the defeat that the British did. It was like they were not happy with that. You get it? Good. That precipitated to the killing of these 5 people. What other questions do you have? There's any other different questions? Ellen, do you have a question? It looks like you're not questioning. Okay, if you don't have any questions. Good. If you don't have any questions, I'm going to ask you. Name 2 of these British officials who were killed during the 1870s war. All in time. Yes. William Hill. No title. You don't have William Hill. So because of this retaliation by the Ashantis as a brutal action to revenge the defeat that the British people gave them, that led to the killing of these 5 people. The killing of 5 people. You get it? So the killing was such that the British people also had it as a brutal thing, which they spoke against it, they condemned it. And as they condemned it, they also went back, they retreated, and then gave them a decisive military decision. They gave themselves what? A decisive military decision. And that military decision was what? Was to come back and wage another war against their country. Do you copy that? Do you copy that?
Yes, sir.
Good. So if you copy, then draw a little closer. Come inside. You know the place looks a little bit. Yeah, you have to accommodate. Good. So, as I have stated emphatically, this place is the tomb of the 5 people who were killed. They were killed together with the British. Draw a little bit further from this place, but at least you could take a picture of the area, the tomb. You come a little bit. Yeah, take a picture. All right. Like we have taught you already, this place is the place that we were talking about. The whole vicinity is a historical site, and most people do not know that this place is a historical site, except those who have knowledge about it. For us to be able to broaden the horizon of our understanding in the topic that we were treating, there is a need for us to be here, and which is why we are here. So, you can see that there is a nice monument. This nice monument has been painted white and black. And it has in the monument sovereignty of these people in Africa were lost. When we talk about the kingdoms and the states in Ghana, we have the Asante Kingdom, the Bintra, we have the Akoko and the rest. All these kingdoms were enjoying autonomy in existence. They were autonomous in existence, meaning they were independent. But until the British people brought about the sudden event which actually brought the Ghanaian people into separate things, and then they lost their independence and their sovereignty to that effect. Meaning that when they defeated us in the war, they were able to get the coastal part of Ghana. And so they made the coastal part of Ghana the British protectorate. Why? Because the Fantis felt that the Asantes have been waging wars of conquest against them. So there were no protection for them. But when they realized the British had come, they needed someone to protect them. So they carried themselves to the British and said, please, we want you to protect us from our arch enemies. And who were their arch enemies? The Asantes or the Asantes. The Asantes were their arch enemies. Why were they their arch enemies? They were trying all their possible best to recapture the coastal trade. The trade that was happening at the coastal area. And so therefore, they waged many wars of conquest against them in order to take total dominion, absolute dominion over the coastal side, especially these enemies. And so they declared that coastal part as the British protectorate. Meaning they have already conquered the southern part. It was only left with them to extend their power of conquest to the interior or the inland of Africa and Ghana. So when they came, or they were trying to extend this influence to the inland of Ghana, that was when they met the Asante Kingdom. The Asante people realized that they should not give in for them to colonize them. So what they had to do was to resist their conquest. By resisting the conquest, the resultant effect will be that they will be in conflict, and the conflict would degenerate into a great war. So this civil war broke out. And I've told you before that not less than 10 times did the British people fight against the Asantes. We can talk about the Dodowa War in 1846. We can talk about the Sargranti in 1873-74. The current ones, the major ones, the Yasantua War 1900, the others. All these wars were the wars which were fought. And we call them the Anglo-Ashanti Wars.